Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Nilambujasyamalakomalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panavu Mahasayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Om. Adorations to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, who is very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side, is carrying powerful bow and arrow in his hands. Shri Ramcharitmanas in Ayodhya Kand, verse number is 257. And the context in a storyline, Bharata along with sage Vasishtha and all select personalities, they have come to communicate with Rama with the intention that Rama will accept being coronated as the heir apparent to the throne of Ayodhya. And that's the storyline. The mystic spiritual insight that is being brought before you is the role of bhakti, devotion. Always remember the four brothers. Rama is jnana, wisdom. Lakshmana is dhyana, meditation, which is brought out in Raja Yoga. Bharata is bhakti. Shatrughna is karma. All these four must be well integrated, well harmonized, and then that's real success in sadhana. But of these four, the highlight is central highlight. One, if you secure one of these four, bhakti, devotion, and highlight it, then all others will join in automatically. So, Bharata-Rama relationship is the most profound central core of the Ramayana. Sage Vasishtha is telling Rama in a storyline, he wants Rama to listen to Bharata. And let's follow it. Bole muni baru bachana bichari, desha kala avasara anuhari. Sage Vasishtha, the best of sages, having observed the need of time, space, and opportunity, he said to Rama, Sunahu Rama Sarvagya Sujana Dharma Niti Guna Jnana Nidhana. O Sujan Ram, Sujan is a gracious personality. Also addresses Rama as Sarvagya, omniscient. Rama is presented here as the very embodiment of God, as if you are talking to God. O Rama, you are the abode of dharma niti, guna and jnana, dharma, niti, guna, jnana, nidhana. Dharma is the purpose, central purpose of life. Yato dharmas tato jaya. Where there is dharma, there is victory. When you conduct your life for the fulfillment of the value of dharma, then that conduct called niti. It's the righteous conduct. So in any situation, you turn your attention to what will be proper way of dealing with a situation, dealing with a person, dealing with a problem. What will be the suited to dharma. In brief, it is righteous conduct. Guna relates to virtuous qualities, all divine virtues. And Jnana, wisdom. So this is the description of Rama. All these are subtle points that people, while reading, they go fast. But if you want to go deep, understand, the more your mind is patted with divine virtues and divine qualities, God is Sarvajna, omniscient. You heard it many times, but we'll be hearing it again. And that God is adored. He is himself the abode of righteous conduct. As a Rama, he becomes exemplary. How to deal with people, whom to adore first and next, and so forth. How to put the ducks in proper row. And that's called conduct. And the virtuous qualities. And of course, the ultimate goal behind all that is Jnana, intuitive wisdom. Sabke ur antar basahu, janahu bhau kubhau, ur jan janani bharatahit, hoi so kahiye upau. Telling Rama, Vasishtha, telling Rama, that you abide in the heart of everyone. You know all that is good or evil, all the good aspects, positive aspects of the person, and the negative aspects. You know all that. Therefore, what will be Urjana Janani Bharatahit hoi so kahiye upau? What will be the method of doing good to Bharata? How to satisfy Bharata's aspiration? We have come there to see Rama coronated. In brief, listen to Bharata and fulfill his demand or his request. And thereby you will be fulfilling the request of all the mothers and all the citizens who have come from Ayodhya. Arat kahi vicharu na kau, suj juwari apan dau. Those, says Munigo, Vasishtha says, when a person is in distress, he cannot think rightly. A gambler is only focused on what he wants while playing the dice. In the same way, this is my condition. Vasishtha, as if so shows, he is helpless, he has come overwhelmed by Bharata's state of mind and state of his heart. So with all the knowledge of highest wisdom, Vasishtha says that under stress, all the wisdom does not permit me to give any particular suggestion. And therefore, you, who are the absolute self, tell us what to do. What should we do? Hearing these words, Sri Rama said to Vasishtha, O Lord, Lord of all, sages are always worshipped. The solution to this problem is in your own hands. सब कर हित रुख राख राउरी राखें, आय सुखिए मुदित पुर भाखें। प्रथम जो आयसु मोह महु कहूँ होई, माथे मान करौ सिख सोई। Rama says, ultimately he tells that you, sage Vasishtha, give us your command. Following your command joyously, that will be the answer to the problem. All will be benefited. So Vasishtha says to Rama, what you say will be benefiting all. Rama says to Vasishtha, Vasishtha, what you say will be benefiting all, mutually each one. That again, simple point to understand that Guru and God, they are on the same level. Uni jehi kaha jas kahab gosaई, so sab bhati घटी ही सेवकाई। कहा मुनि राम सत्य तुम भाषा, भरत स्नेह विचारु न राखा। And so Rama continues saying, just whatever you say will be the best. Following your instruction, conducting according to your instruction is the best solution to all our problems. And Vasishtha said, O Rama, it is true what you say, but love for Bharata has come like a wind and carried my vichar away, the power of my own decision, what should be done, what shouldn't be done. It's just allegorical praise for devotional movement. Why praise? Because devotion plays that important part. And whenever anything is of great importance, scriptural teaching highlights that wisdom by glorifying it in many ways. तेहि ते कहूँ बहोरी बहोरी, भरत भगति बस का भई मति भोरी। मोरे जान भरत रुचि राखी, जो कीजिए सो तुम शिव साखी। So therefore I repeatedly say that my intellect is overwhelmed by the love of Bharata. And so, whatever you do, O Rama, to satisfy Bharata, I say in the name of Shiva, that will be the best for all. भरत विनय सादर सुनिय करिए विचार बहारी करब साधु मत लोक मत निपनय निगम निचोरी. Listen to Bharata's request and then think over it. And do whatever Bharata is saying based upon sadhu mat, lok mat, rajaniti, and essence of Vedas, Ved Nichor. Sadhu mat means under the guidance of saints. This is an advanced way of giving you insight into what is called righteous movement. Path you are pursuing for dharma, dharma-based path. How it is described. If you are moving, conducting your personality on the basis of saintly vision, that's the advanced guru aspect, guru teaching disciple. That type of relation, that is sadhu mat. Lokamat, every place in the world, tradition has developed. Profound religion has been brought into ritualistic aspect. And that the ritualistic tradition has its great value. And that is called lokamat. Ordinary meaning, popular view. If something is presented to people, how do the people in general understand it? Third point, Rajaniti, politics. We are also living in a world with a political condition. So, depending upon how the political situation is, you have to conduct yourself. Remember the virus. So, and lastly, the essence of all the Vedas, that your goal is. The essence of all Vedas is brought into yato dharmas tato jaya, where dharma there is victory. Satyameva jayate, truth alone triumphs. But essence, when you extract essence, it comes into a very small file. But before you extract it, there are many scriptures, many teachings. All those teachings, they spread out like countless flowers. Essence, just like Gita itself is described as the essence of all scriptures. Ramayana is also essence of all scriptures. So that type of devotion one must develop. Every sadhaka has to have these points that he must observe. What's the saintly vision, which is the ultimate goal? What's the popular situation with masses around you? And therefore bring about an accord with the mass view. Mass view, not that is rajasic and tamasic, but positive view, sattvic. And what's the status of politics? And ultimately, your goal is to sip the essence of all scriptures. Gur anuragu bharata paradekhi, Ram hriday anand vishekhi. Sri Rama, hearing how Bharata is being praised by sage Vasishtha, his heart was filled with joy. Two-aspected understanding. First, Rama is brother. Seeing his own brother being praised by Guru, it is of great joy. Now come to another step. Rama is promoter of wisdom, and Bharata is embodiment of bhakti. So, wisdom movement will have its success profoundly because of bhakti, devotion. And devotion in Guru's role, the Guru becomes very happy when a disciple has developed devotion to God, even though he may not have studied or understood all the Vedanta. Because that devotion will work wonders. So all these points are involved. Bharata hi dharam dhurandhar jani, निज सेवक तन मानस बानी. Rama viewed Bharata as profound devotee of dharma. In other words, he is the knower of dharma in a profound way. And Bharata is Rama's servant by thought, word and speech. Nij sevak tan manas vani. In brief, Rama is talking from an advanced way that Bharata is devotion, bhakti. Rama is Ishvara, God. It's not stated, but that's the subtle meaning behind it. Bole gur ayasa anukula, bachana manju mridu, mangulamu mangalamula, natha sapatapitu, charana dohai, bhayauna bhuvan, bharata samabhai. Sri Rama spoke gentle, gracious, and joyful words, swearing by the name of my father and by your name. What I am going to say is absolute truth. In this entire universe, there has been no one like Bharata, my brother. That's God's view of devotee. If you take it at the surface level, what about countless devotees that have come and gone? No, but philosophically, being a devotee means you are moving away from a world of multiplicity. You are becoming a channel of God. And too many channels don't exist. You become a flute of Krishna. One flute he keeps, that's enough. So when you have become flute, you are only one. Never was, never will be. Like that. Was and will be referring to time, it transcends time. So, whenever parent develops spiritual aspiration in a profound way, it is considered unique and praised as never it was and will never it will be. ये गुरुपद अंबुज अनुरागी ते लोकहु वेदहु बड़ भागी. Those people, the devotees who are deeply devoted to Guru and they follow his instructions, they are praised by those who know the Vedas, as well as they are praised by all good people, priests and others. They have Laukik and Paramarthik glory. Laukik, people recognize you and your glory is recognized from a very advanced plane. And what he is highlighting is that Bharata has received that type of affection of Guru Vasishtha. So therefore, who can be like Bharata? Laki lagu bandhu buddhi sakuchai karta vadan par Bharata badai. Bharata is in front of him and Rama feels shy in glorifying Bharata right in front of him, because he's glorifying, not talking personally to Bharata. He's expressing it with all the people around. Bharat tu kahin soi kiye bhalai, as kahi Ram rahe argai. And the conclusion of Rama's statements, whatever Bharata will say, doing that is for the good of all. That was the conclusion of Rama's statement. And then having said, Rama became quiet. What can he do? तब मुनि बोले भरत सन सब संकोचुत चितात कृपा सिंधु प्रिय बंधु सन कहु हृदय कह बात. Sage Vasishtha, turning his attention to Bharata, he said, "O Bharata, O child, without any hesitation, ask your brother, dear brother, open your heart and say whatever you want to ask him." Suni muni bachan Ram rukh pai, Guru Sahib anukul aghai. Hearing these words of Sage Vasishtha and having seen Rama's favorable attitude towards him, having found such an ideal opportunity where Guru and God both are pleased and they want to listen to you. Bharata realized that now all that has to be done is dependent on Bharata's own words. He is no longer dependent on what others are going to tell him to do. He is now absolutely swatantra. And he began to reflect upon this. can understand from the storyline, Bharata was so suspenseful, internally very afraid that Rama will ever accept him as his devotee, and even whatever he accepts him, will he go to Ayodhya and accept the coronation? All that was in shaky condition in the heart of Bharata. But now Rama, let him be free. That whatever you say, oh Bharata, we are all going to do it. But understand the divine trick. Understand. When a devotee does a lot of austerity and has darshan of God, God comes and asks, ask any boon and I will give you. Devotee thinks he is responsible. Now he has all the choice, he can ask. He doesn't realize that what he is going to ask is injected by God himself. So in immature state, Bharata is a little immature state of devotion, where he is separating his judgment, his will from Rama's will. But by the time he is ready to ask Rama, he is going to grow up. And it will end up by saying, oh Rama, do what you want. But that the conclusion will not come so easily. That's a big drama in Ramayana. When Bharata came to have that type of instruction that it is up to Bharata, whatever he will say, Rama will do. पुलक शरीर सभा भय ठाढ़े नीरज नयन नेल जल बाढ़े कहब मोर मुनिनाथ निबाहा इते अधिक कहूँ मैं कहा. Bharata stood up. His whole body was thrilled. His lotus eyes were decked with teardrops of joy. And he said, what else can I say? If whatever sage Vasishtha has already said is beyond imagination. I have nothing more to say. मैं जानऊं निज नाथ सुभाऊ अपराधी हूं पर को न काऊ. I know the nature of my Lord Rama. Even those people who have been faulty, doer of negative deeds, my Lord doesn't hold any anger towards them. Behind all this, what you are being led to understand, that if you love God, your mind maybe is constantly filled with, that's normal, filled with what you have been, your weaknesses, your past. Fortunately, you don't have all the past. But you have a judgment about your own self, how little you are, etc. And how many things you have done that are so wrong. But devotion does not allow you to hold on to all those. Because devotion is, you are just like a reflected sun in a jar of water. A reflected sun has gone through so many turmoils. But devotion, love of God, reflected sun loves its own essential nature. The moment that movement starts, all the limitations that the reflected sun have gone through have no meaning because they don't exist. When a reflected sun meets the real sun, this real sun does not have to forgive. Figure that out. But if the reflected sun has to travel into another part, that will be led by karma. And there, in that movement, your negative karmas cannot be forgiven. You have to go through your karmas, good and bad. And there will not be, no karma will be ever ignored or lost. Everything will follow a karmic law. But when you are moving to God, the entire karmic law and law of karma has no meaning. You become ray of God. And hooray! You meet God, hurry and say hooray. मो पर कृपा स्नेहु विषेखी खेलत कुनिशना कबहूं देखी. In storyline, Bharata remembers in early days, boyhood days, in playing with so many little things. Each time he made certain error, Rama ignored it as if he didn't make any error. And at times, Rama showed himself making the error in order to save Bharata. In loving relation, people do that. But that's it. What we are really bringing to your mind is a relationship between soul and God. So just like in ordinary loving relationship, you don't hold on to the negative of the other whom you love. In the same way, God doesn't hold on to the negative. Already I've explained there is a question of holding on doesn't arise. The sun has nothing to hold on to. If the reflected sun has been moving from one part to part, another, and gone through 1,000 parts, done 1,000 deeds. In a state of revelation, I am that. All that negativity that your mind has been crowded with, along with the mind itself, all that moves away. Sishupante parihareun sangu, kabahuna kinha mora mana bangu. He has been with, he has loved me from my very childhood and never did anything to frustrate me. मैं प्रभु कृपा रीति जिया हो जोही, हारे हूँ खेल जिता वहीं मोही. I have seen the gracious manner in which Rama behaves. Even in my defeat in game, Rama made me win. by placing little things. Games are of different types. You can manipulate the game and it looks like now Bharata is the one who won it. Mahu saneh sakoch bas sanmukh kahi na bahan darshan trishit na aaj lagi prem piya se nain. Bharata is continuing to make his statement that I also, overcome by Rama's love, didn't open my mouth saying, didn't start saying, oh, Rama is making me win. I didn't win. No, Bharata accepted it because Rama wanted him to appear the winner. And people say, how saintly you are. Don't start fighting against it. If Rama is allowing you to be positive, then stay positive. Don't spoil it. My eyes have been thirsty for having the darshan of the divine love in Rama. Up till now, that the thirst of my eyes has not been fulfilled. Fulfilled means perfection of Ram, understanding Ram, perfection of communing with Ram, being one with Ram. Within a sakeu mahi sahimor dulara, nij niche bichu janani mishama para. This great love I had for Rama, Brahma could not bear with it. Again, Brahma being condemned, Brahma is the world regulated by law of karma. God playing the role of managing, controlling the law of karma. That's Brahma's role. In that role, one who has developed devotion to God, he will not be welcome to stay in the world of Brahma. Why? To stay in the world of Brahma, you must go through the cycle of birth and death and not be liberated. Simple point to understand. That when you have developed devotion to God, you are moving away from the laws of karma to a divine pull that is drawing you. And Bharata says, in a storyline, it's a simple, sentimental statement. Whenever there is adversity, people say, Brahma became jealous. And he brought rang mein bhang. Things were going well. Look at Brahma, what he did. Spoiled everything. Another great spoiler of the joyous life the four brothers had was Kaikeyi, that so he always points to his mother Kaikeyi as the cause of sending Rama, Lakshmana into the forest. And that point shows his immaturity in devotion. Because Kaikeyi's role has been the role of inquiry. Who am I? You live in a joyous life, everything is going well, but suddenly you come into a satsanga, and Kaikeyi type of personality starts playing tricks with you in such a way that you are drawn more and more to satsanga. And your joyous set in your life is being disturbed. People are waiting there. And they have rasgullas and many funny things to play with. Family is waiting. And you are being led to satsanga. And the person who is helping you to do that is like Kaikeyi. But Kaikeyi is not, his person is really, on the other hand, is the most blessed personality, is the good karma that is allowing you to be aided by Kaikeyi. In other words, Kaikeyi movement was Vichar movement. Who am I? That question movement is a question movement that led Rama, Lakshmana, Sita to be in the forest, implying adopting an internal process. Two aspects, Antaranga and Bahiranga sadhana, opened up. You can put Antaranga, Bahiranga in many ways, but general setting is Ayodhya-based aspect is Antaranga, and killing Ravana, etc. is a Bahiranga movement of Rama. Two aspects. They are supplement, complement. And with this we conclude. Om Ram 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 Om Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om. Prayer for shower of Karunamaya Rasa, grace of God over all, and may everyone be blessed with Shakti, Bhakti, leading to Mukti, liberation. And let life be decked with Sahaj, spontaneity, joyous way of handling problems. Saras, not just handling problem and getting out of it, but enjoying life, saras, and sayujya, and ultimately diving into the ocean of joy, uniting with God. And that's the prayer for all. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukuva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyama Mritat Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchid Dukh Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Hari Om.